I got to be me, but sometimes too much. They don't want me to talk, but they hate when I shout.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming. Let's make comedy great again. Please welcome to the stage, Nathan Cassidy. Has anyone been to an hour show from a comedian before?
Yeah!
Alright, 3 of you. This is how it goes then. They do about 30 minutes of funny stuff, usually, in an hour show, straight to the top. Funny in inverted commas, sometimes. Then they chuck in a sad bit. Not sure why, to be honest. Then they do about 10 minutes of stuff where it basically fizzles out, doesn't it? And you start looking at your watch, don't you? Just like... So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that there for the whole show. I'm not going to do the whole hour, obviously. I'm not mental. It's going to do about 50, 55 minutes, right? And then they, so you're looking at about 20, 25 past on the watch, guys, right? And then what comedians do at the end of our shows is they try to rescue it with something on a projector. I'm not going to do that, obviously. So I'm a multi-award-winning, critically acclaimed comedian. So what I'm going to do is something slightly different. I'm going to do 30 minutes of genuinely funny stuff. Whether you think it's funny or not, of course, is irrelevant. Then I'm going to play in a party political broadcast from the Liberal Democrats. Big uptake of that in this room. Then I'm going to do like about 7 minutes, no, about 6 minutes of stuff, where you're going to be thinking, can we do comedy about this? Yes. Yes is the answer to that. But then, in the last minute, right, I'm going to chuck in the sad bit. In the last minute. Now, it's going to be devastatingly sad, okay? But what I'm hoping for is we have such a party over the next 49 minutes, time's moving fast, isn't it, right? That we won't realise just how devastatingly sad it is until about 30 minutes after the show, when you're watching the next comedian. What I want to do is have as much fun as possible and then fuck it up for the next guy. Yeah? Who wants a sad bit in a comedy show? Right, sounds like all of you do. Yes, you're middle class, some of you, aren't you? Yeah? And you like comedy like theatre. Yeah? You want sad bits in comedy shows, yeah? Like you like turmeric in your latte. Yeah? And sea salt in your chocolates, yeah? I'm from Birmingham in the mid-80s. There was no turmeric lattes in the 80s. There was one drink, tea. And genuinely, if someone put sea salt in our chocolate in the mid-80s, you'd have thought they were trying to poison us. Stop pretending we're middle class and society's one thing. I'll show you society. Get the last train home from anywhere to anywhere. And you see society, don't you? Cunts everywhere. Cunts listening to music without headphones. Cunts eating kebabs out of trays. I don't know why that bothers me so much. In the 80s, anyone remember the 80s? Woo, all of you, yeah? Pitta, we had pitta, right? Now it's out of trays, right? Meat's there, veg there, sauces there, it's like a bento box. Then they spray it all over the carriage, don't they? Cunts on the last train I was on, genuinely from Brighton to London, making love. On the train. I think that's what you call it when you're banging someone over a deconstructed Donna. Society isn't what you want it to be. Stop pretending. Stop pretending you like turmeric as well. Only one other thing in the world likes turmeric: worms. Huh? You've then got the brain power to realise it's fucking disgusting. Huh? We're animals, yeah? And we like two things, because we're animals: eating and fucking. Yeah? Who likes eating? The questions get harder in a moment. Who likes eating? Anyone like eating? Three of us again. Who likes crisps? Yeah. This is the whole show, by the way. Who's bought crisps to a comedy show? There's usually one fucking moron. Love crisps. Have you seen E17 have reformed recently? They're trying to... It's blowing your mind, Ted. They're trying to reform. Has anyone seen the interviews with Tony from E17? He's put... Anyway, you don't need to know who this... There's young people, one or two in the room. You don't need to know who this person is. He's put on a massive amount of weight, anyway. Did you see the interview with him? He was asked recently, how did you put on so much weight? Rude question. One word. Answer came back: crisps. Crisps are fucking awesome, aren't they? Alright, who likes fucking? More of you, good. My favourite fucking story of the year, I'll kick it off, was Linda de Souza Abra. Don't know if you remember this person. She was the prison guard in Wandsworth Prison who was fucking the prisoners. Yeah? How do we know about this? Because she was handing phones out, wasn't she? To the lads inside. You sure I can trust you with this footage, lads? Oh, what are you inside for? Two amazing things happened with this story you may have missed. Number one, Daniel Khalif, the guy that escaped from prison, remember this guy? On the underside of a food van. He was in Wandsworth Prison. At the same time, she was fucking the prisoners. Why would you want to escape from this? You're living in a porn fantasy. Right? The biggest surprise of this story came a couple of months ago. Did you notice this? This woman was sentenced for a crime to 15 months in prison. That's unfair, isn't it? That's what turns her on. Does anyone else think it's a little bit unfair with the only animals that have to go indoors to fuck? No, legally. Come on, guys. You know, doesn't it annoy anyone in this room? Just me? Come on, yeah, a few of you over there, a few perverts. Come on, the rest of you. It's been hot, hasn't it, the last 3 or 4 months? You know, yeah, you've been in a park recently, surely, and thought, oh, it'd be great if we could both come. You know what I mean? Not both of us, obviously, just me. Stop pretending. I walked out of my house the other day. There were 2 tramps. Don't make me call them anything else, 2025. There were 2 tramps fucking against the bins in my Hackney Council estate. And I thought, yes, finally we're reclaiming this land from the animals. And I'm quoting Reform Manifesto there, of course. Who votes Reform in the room? Give it a time to percolate that one. Come on, who votes Reform? Surely, statistically, it's about 40% of you at the moment. Care opinion. Sorry. Who voted for Brexit? One person. Round of applause for this truthful person. Is that the first round of applause you ever got for voting Brexit? Well, you're probably not the only one. You're the only honest person. Yeah. My stepdad voted for Brexit. It's not him. And he voted Reform. No, he's 90, my stepdad. All right, he's been grumpy his whole life. Not grumpy now, of course. There's no sad bit in this show. Until the last minute, which is devastating. You know. My stepdad's been grumpy his whole life. He's had 2 expressions his whole life. The first one is playing devil's advocate. Can I just play devil's advocate for a moment? Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you being an advocate for the world's biggest bastard? No, you wouldn't get away with this if you were the advocate for any other bastard, would you? You wouldn't be able to say, well, yes, killing 2 to 3 million Cambodians is bad, I suppose. But if I may, just for a second, play Pol Pot's advocate. His second expression, which is the most annoying, is, well, Nathan, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You know, It's the most annoying expression. You can't beat it. You know? It's like playing rock, paper, scissors with someone that brings out grenade. Whatever problem I've ever come to in my entire life, you know, I've been sentenced to prison. Well, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. But the guards aren't fucking the prisoners. It's not the end of the world. All right, John, let me try you with this one. When I was 10, I had to move into your tiny flat above a shop when my parents split up, right? Moved from a massive house, had to move in with 3 stepbrothers I'd never met, right? They were adults, they were 18, 19, 21, had to share a room, 2 sets of bunk beds, yeah? They were all masturbating. Of course, yeah, it was like trying to get to sleep on a fucking ship. Captained by a dad I didn't know. It's not the end of the world. And he's right, it's not the end of the world. Yeah? Anyone worried about World War III? But I've come to a worse conclusion, don't be worried. Yeah? The world's not going to end. Yeah? It's just going to carry on. Being more and more shit. Every single day. So we need to embrace it. This is my point, guys. Yeah?
And act like the animals we are! And have a bit of fun in this room! Oi oi! Brexit! The
world isn't what you want it to be. Brexit. Don't listen to them. 52%, the majority. Yeah.
Oi oi! Yeah, this is society now. Reform.
Loads of supporters. Trump. Loads of supporters. Greg Wallace. Loads of supporters. I don't know who Greg Wallace is. He hasn't been on TV. No, he has actually. He's been on every week, hasn't he? Because he was banned by the BBC, but then he was immediately put back on. He's a judge on a cooking programme, isn't he? Or he was, or he is. It's hard to explain. But anyway, all you need to know, he was banned by the BBC temporarily for about a week for saying some terrible things off camera. You know, one of which was, "That food tastes like my aunt's vagina." There's an atmosphere in this room. That's all right, isn't it? It's not too bad. To be fair to him, I'm quoting him. You know, he didn't say the food tastes like my aunt's vagina. You know, that would have been ostensibly worse. You know, my aunt is 100. You know, no food tastes like her vagina. Apart from maybe Weetabix without the milk. It's hard to play, isn't it? Because they're silence from the back. I don't know. Yeah. But you're right. It is funny though, isn't it? It is. We're a similar age. That's the thing. We remember these jokes, don't we, from when we were kids? You know, you could get away with those type of jokes when we were children. You know what I mean? If you didn't enjoy that joke, you're back on this side. You know what I mean? Don't worry, guys. It's not the end of the world. Instead of saying it's not the end of the world, my stepdad could have easily just said, "Shut the fuck up!" Yeah? Which you would never have said, of course, because he was a nice guy, you know. Boring. Grumpy, not now. No sadly in this show, but till the end. It was so boring when I first met him. All he did was watch television, you know. But now I'm his age when I met him. Now I understand him, you know. That's all I want to do. I get in after work and I just think the sofa looks good, you know what I mean? I just want to stay in, you know, and watch Alan Carr's Picture Slam. Have you heard of Alan Carr's Picture Slammer? If you haven't heard of Alan Carr, he's a comedian who, true story, I started comedy with him. I did in the same cohort. I never used that word before, I don't know where that came from. In the same month, anyway, right? Who's doing better? Any guesses? It's a 50-50 choice. Anyone else having it? You're right, it is me, isn't it? Because I don't have to present Alan Carr's Picture Slam. Clues in the name, I never will. Now, if you haven't seen it, there's 3 sets of moronic contestants. The first set are all young people, 18 to 24. Woohoo, we've got family money, we're excited. You know, well, my name's Tree. Whatever. You know what I mean? Then, oh, we're a married couple. Oh, well done, that defines you. You know what I mean? We're siblings. Have you got my voice? We're siblings. Well done. Nobody uses that word, do they? Apart from on game shows, they say brother and sister. Well done. We're siblings, right? Then he starts to present pictures, doesn't he, on a big screen? He goes, "What's this picture?" Right? And genuinely, if you haven't seen it, it's like the Eiffel Tower. And they buzz in. "Oh, is it the Eiffel Tower, Alan?" "Correct." 45 minutes of this bullshit. "What's this one?" "Genuinely, I'm not fucking with you. A cow." "Is it a cow, Alan?" "Oh yeah, usually I'd ask for the type, but I'll give it to you." "Correct." What is it? Horseshit? Yeah, the whole thing is horseshit. See, that's what I've thought. Well, some of your ages, young people, you know what I mean? In my 20s, and I thought, this is nonsense. I don't want to watch this, you know? It's the lowest common denominator, which treats us like our brain has been atrophied to such an extent that we can't do anything else in our lives than look at a picture of a tractor like when we were 3 and go, "Tractor! Tractor! Tractor!" And now I'm my age, giving up. Just want to binge this horseshit like a kid, you know? We all need the enthusiasm of young kids, don't we? I got 2 kids, they're 17 and 15, you know? They were so enthusiastic growing up. Their favourite film was Finding Nemo. It's a beautiful, beautiful film. Do you like Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you like Finding Nemo, the Brexiteer? Opposing everyone with every step, aren't you? I made myself laugh, there's a first. No, you don't like Finding Nemo? Why not? We've got time, but no, I don't. Okay, so, yeah, is it because it's a film about a load of animals from all around the world crossing a border, coming to the country and living and working together? No. Finding, it's like written down there. No, let me explain. Finding Nemo, why do we love it? It's beautiful, isn't it? It's brilliant, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful cartoon. Beautiful cartoon, where in the first minute, a dad loses his wife and all but one of his kids. It's horrific, isn't it? What are the silence in this film? It's awful. Hundreds of kids dead in the first minute of a film, you know what I mean? We may as well have been watching Pixar's Bowling for Columbine. Anyway, but it perks up after that. You should give it a second chance. No, don't shake your head. He's very vociferous about his hatred of Finding Nemo. But you should give it a second chance. There's some great characters in it. You probably like them. Who's your favourite character? Anyone over this side got a favourite?
Dory,
yeah. Let's start with her then. Beautiful fish, yeah, not a bad fish bone in a body, you know. She would never... What's that? Show us your tits. What? Strange heckle. Show us your tits, that's the next show. Does she come tips?
With chips.
Does she come with chips? I'm glad I asked 3 times. Does she come with chips? Okay, that's why he hates them. I want them dead, those fish. I only like fish when they're in my mouth. Beautiful fish, particularly to taste. So, no, really, not a bad fish bone in a body, Dory. She would never, for example, bully anyone or create a toxic atmosphere in the workplace. And she's, of course, voiced by Ellen DeGeneres. Anyway, do you know the Trump? Fan of Trump?
Yeah.
Of course. It's like Darren Brown up here, isn't it? Johnson as well. Do you know Trump chose? He should do. The majority like Trump. Listen, Steve. You know, Trump. Do you know he chose Finding Dory as his inaugural film? You know, presidents have to show a film to the staff. Usually they choose something with gravitas. But Trump in 2016, Finding Dory, you know? Because he's childish. That's one of the reasons he got in. Because he's embraced the reason we were most happy in our lives, when we were childish. Yeah? Remember when we were kids, we used to spread rumours the local kebab shops were serving dogs as food? That That's Trump policy. Who voted for Trump? Non-college educated people in rural communities. Thick people in fields. That's who we were as kids, wasn't it, guys? Running around fields with poo. On the end of sticks. Oh, but you don't like Trump, or apart from you. Look, you're boring. You know what I mean? You're middle class. You know, I bet you don't even like Trump's favourite song, do you? YMCA? Get over yourself. It's a fucking banger, yeah? YMCA, you middle class assholes. Yeah, that's what it stands for, of course. So, anyway, this is the point. I said to the kids recently, let's put on Finding Nemo, you know, Finding Dory again. And my son, who's 17, went, no, Daddy, you know, let's just watch Mr. Beast. Yeah. Or Pixar's The Human Centipede. Which, of course, ends with the song, You've Got a Friend in Me. I said to my daughter, surely you want to watch Finding Nemo? She said, no, Daddy, because I found out that Dory is voiced by Ellen DeGeneres. And she creates a toxic atmosphere in the workplace. No, fucking hell! Stay a child! This is worse than finding out Father Christmas doesn't exist. You found out that Ellen DeGeneres' carefully created TV persona doesn't exist. Yeah? Bullying and toxic, I hate to break it to you guys, she's a stand-up comedian. That's the least of your problem. She's got OCD, ADHD. What she would really like, though, Ellen DeGeneres, is a 0-second memory, so she could forget all the fucking morons she has to play to as a stand-up on a daily basis. Now, there is a silence in this room, as if I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about you, obviously. You're the only non-moronic audience I've ever played to. That's convenient. Usually I have to play to utter morons. They don't get it, young people, mate. They don't get it. Some people don't get it that there's genius happening in life. They don't understand. But because you're enjoying it on one level, but what the fans will know is there's something else going on, isn't there? Yeah, you can tell. It's like a Tarantino film. Every word is relevant. You know the fans. You know there's something else. They don't get it. You know, the young people. Every word is relevant. So what kind of genius, for example, would put a sad bit in the last minute? Genius going to make you all devastated. You'll be crying. You'll be walking out. They'll go, was it good? People don't understand it, you know, often. That is why Daddy's grumpy sometimes. Please, can we put on the fucking film? I said, no, Daddy, can we watch Alan Carr's Picture Slap? We all need the enthusiasm of young kids. You know? Kids are enthusiastic about things. I'll never be enthusiastic about it. Like sleepovers. You know? My kids still want to do sleepovers. Who wants to do sleepovers in the room? That's not a question, though. Anyone enjoy sleepovers? Come on, there's some other people. Yeah.
Okay.
Who said that? Oh, no, sounded like you. Sounded like you. Whatever type of sleepovers you want, what type of sleepovers you want?
You asked the question.
I don't have any sleepover you want from the tone of your voice. One where we fuck. If you are thinking, if you've got a partner, just cheat on them and just call it a sleepover. No, but you are, you're enthusiastic, you're right. Yeah, you are young, aren't you? I see under the lights. Yeah. No kids want sleepovers all the time. Let's have adults in the room. Can you think of anything worse than a sleepover? You know what I mean? I was doing the Brighton Fringe and my friend said, oh, don't get the last train home, it is awful, isn't it? Have a sleepover in my house, it was worse, obviously. I turn up, he says, is the sofa okay? He says, the dog jumps up halfway through the night, becomes a pillow, it's cute. What the fuck? Have you got any turmeric? You're mental. Have a sleepover. Have a sleepover. That's the type of sleepover I'm talking about. Are you enthusiastic about what else? My kids are enthusiastic about Stonehenge. Do you like Stonehenge? Yeah, big nods. Look at this. Stonehenge, my kids go, oh, take us to Stonehenge, Daddy. I want to see the planets align. Do you know what Stonehenge is to someone my age? Yeah? It's a traffic jam on the A3. So you want to have this experience, you turn up to it, you hose into view on the right-hand side, doesn't it? And you think, is that it? Is that what I've queued for? It's fucking tiny, isn't it? Is that the gift shop replica? Do you know what I mean? How do they move the stones? Under their fucking arms. It's like bricks, it's like shortbread. Go to Stonehenge, you're right, even if you're surrounded by morons. Covered in beads and tofu, you know what I mean? Paris, guys, you excited about Paris? My kids are so enthusiastic. Yeah, a few nods as well, let's go to Paris, in that way. Let's go to Paris, you know. No, I mean, I quite like Paris, do you know what I mean? Like my kids, let's go and see Eiffel Tower, go to Blackpool, you know. It's exactly the same. Not surrounded by soft cheese and arrogance, you know what I mean? I like Paris. I'm always put off by the Gare du Nord, you know what I mean? It's a fucking nightmare. I was there a couple of months ago. Do you remember this? When a 1940s bomb was discovered in the Gare du Nord. I was there for hours, you know. So I hate to break it, by the way, to anyone that's worried about World War III. World War II's not over yet. No, I really wanted to die in that bomb. I did. Why? Because I'd been the last person to die in World War II. How did Grandad die in World War II? Really, what year? 2025, isn't it? Gare du Nord Pret a Manger. That's how I want to go out in a blast. Yeah? Not like my stepdad. Slowly deteriorating, you know. He's happy, but he's 90, you know. There's no sad bit in this show. You know? He's happy, you know. I mean, 90 needs a bit of looking after, which is hard for me to do, you know, because I don't love him. I've that going around the place. You don't love your step family, do you? No, the words, have you got a step dad or no? Yeah? Yeah? Do you love your step dad, is that correct?
No.
Well, I've only dubbed on no anyway, but that's perfect. You know, no. I don't know whether you feel this. You have kind of feeling. The word that describes the feelings I have towards my stepdad is the Chinese word zhao, yeah, which means filial piety. It means obligation. You know, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. I have an obligation to be there. You know, to be honest, that's kind of how I feel right now. I'll be watching the Ryder Cup, you know. No, of course not, you guys. You know what I mean? But with my stepdad, you know, it's an obligation. I'd rather be anywhere else, but here I am, watching Alan Carr's Picture Slam. That's what life becomes, doesn't it? Looking after grumpy old men from Seoul, you know. No, women seem to be happier as they get older. I don't know why. I think it's because they win football tournaments or something. And rugby tournaments. Talk to each other. Men are so grumpy. You know, like Prince Andrew. You know, he's living. He's back living with Fergie. Now, there's some young people in the room. I don't mean he's living with the lead singer of the band. He's not fucking Alex Ferguson. As if his crimes weren't bad enough. He's living with Fergie. He's back with anyway. You don't need to know who this person is, but it's his first. I'll explain anyway. It's his first wife, Sarah Ferguson. Now the point is, my kids ask me all the time. They have done since they were quite young. What is love? It's a very difficult question to answer, but I always point them to this story because here's Fergie, she's happy, isn't she? Did you see her recently, like at Wimbledon and stuff? She's like jolly, woohoo, you know? She's into the countryside, woohoo tractor, you know what I mean? Woohoo cow, woohoo horse shit. You know what I mean? She loves it. Prince Andrew's grumpy, you know? He never leaves the house. Can anyone remember why he can't leave the house? Remember? You can say it if you want. Say it if you can remember. Because probably you don't. You don't remember. Go on, one of you. Say it. you're wrong, actually, the second row, but you're endearing yourself to me more. You're wrong in that way. No, because he's not a pedo, is he? He just, the true story, obviously, is he can't remember whether he's a pedo or not. True story. Suddenly it's like a Pixar film, isn't it? Lack of memory is suddenly a fun thing. It's not, is it? Not. No, he's no, the real reason he can't leave the house, genuinely, he may have forgotten it. It was his close connections with China. That was his, remember, he's got a very close connection with China, because up until 2015, of course, they both were only allowed one child. You were right. No, but he's grumpy. He can never leave the house. He's knocking around his 30-bedroom mansion, isn't he? All he wants to do is leave the house and go to his favourite place, Pizza Express. He loves pizza. He's a pizzaphile. He loves. And so he just runs around Royal Lodge in Windsor, working up no sweat, relying for kicks on his young saver. Whack back. So here's the question. Why does Fergie, who's happy all the time, woohoo, want to spend the rest of her days living with a sad paedophile? And that is the answer, genuinely, I've always given to my two children. When they ask me, what is love? Love is a medical condition, which makes you take leave of your senses and makes you believe you want to spend the rest of your days living with a sad paedophile. That's not the dictionary definition, but it should be. And it should be in the marriage vows, shouldn't it? I take you in sickness and in health, even if, and inevitably when, you become a sad paedophile. But only, of course, if you live in a 30-bedroom mansion. Now I know why my stepdad was grumpy all the time, because he was my age, I know why men are grumpy, He was my age when I first met him. He was broken, just like me. Look at the way I'm standing. He was broken, my stepdad. He was a semi-pro footballer. And, but he broke his, that's not why I'm pointing at it, his knee. You know what a knee is, I assume. Get out. What's this picture? Is it an elbow, Alan? I'll give it to you, correct. Looking how many fucking 10.1 million adult viewers. Correct! Right, so he broke his knee. And so then he worked 20 years as a scaffolder. And then he worked in a shop when I met him. He was knackered when I first met him. That's why he was grumpy. He was knackered from his scaffolding, mainly from having to shout, oi oi. For 20 solid years. Do you know how tiring that is? Now, next time a scaffolder shouts oi oi at you, they shout oi oi at you for a piece of scaffold, challenge them and go, why have you just shouted oi oi? And they'll always tell you the same thing, because I'm not happy! I'm not actually happy! I didn't want to do this, I wanted to be a semi-professional footballer. Professional footballer. I did my knee in. You know what I mean? So I had to go into what my dad does. It's like stand-up comedy in a way, isn't it? Little Johnny wants to be a musician. He's got dreams die, don't they? He's going to be a scaffolder as well, So I'm trying to find a bit of happiness in my day. I'm sorry for shouting oi oi, but I just become an animal. Just to try and get happy and swinging, like we used to do from the trees. You know what I mean? Oh, making everyone noises. Hey! Oh, cheer up, darling! Cheer up! You know what I mean? I'm unhappy. Yeah, you say you care about men's mental health. I'm unhappy, but I can't afford a therapist. Let's do this. Just let me shout. Alright, darling. Everything will be okay. The problem with shouting all that, of course, is it's too long. walked on. So I have to shorten it to oi oi.
Hey! Cheer up, darling! Cheer up!
So easy to cheer up, that was the thing. It was so easy to cheer up, these people can't cheer up. But they could in the 80s, couldn't they? They remember the 80s when it was easy to cheer up with children. Someone would come over to us, wouldn't they, and go, cheer up. Cheer up. Hit us. Imagine doing that to someone now. Yeah, I think I've got long COVID, isn't it? Cheering up. The world's getting worse and worse every day, all the wars. Right, have you tried, I don't know, cheering up? It was so easy to cheer up in the 80s, wasn't it? Because the most popular expression, this will blow your mind, the young people. The most popular expression in the 1980s was this: cheer up, you could be starving to death in Africa. Now we know how wrong that was. Don't we? We should have known he was wrong at the time. Band-Aid, Live Aid, white saviour complex had spread a myth that the whole of Africa was in trouble. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that about any country, can you? You can't say cheer up, you could be in, I don't know, Ukraine, you know? Ukrainians are proud people, they want to be there fighting. The only way I've got this working slightly is cheer up, you could be in North Korea. It doesn't really work either, does it? Because North Korea is a very secretive society, you know, so you don't know how happy they are. You can't say cheer up, you could be in somewhere we don't know. You know, they could be happier than us, you know, here in this room. Hard to believe, isn't it? People are happier than us here in this room. But I've made it work anyway. If someone comes up to you tomorrow, as it'll probably happen next week or whatever, and goes, it comes to me all the time, and goes, oh God, my life's getting worse and worse every day. Say to them, well, cheer up then. You could be you tomorrow. Cheer up! You may as well enjoy today. Tomorrow's going to be far worse, isn't it? If you're worried about Trump, that's 99% of you. Of course, don't be. Yeah, the next guy is worse, isn't it? The next guy, you'll know this, is J.D. Vance, isn't it? He's ostensibly worse. A couple of months ago, of course, lest we forget, he killed the Pope. Trump has done many things, but he hasn't killed the Pope, has he? He just grabbed him by the cassocks. It's going to get worse. Enjoy today. Tomorrow's going to be worse. We're all going to be old one day. We're all going to be 90, aren't we? We're going to end up in care homes, aren't we? But we're not, are we, in this country? Because it's too expensive, isn't it? You know? We're going to end, no one's talking about this, are they? You know, apart from the leader of the Liberal Democrats. Ed Davey. No one's talking about this, are they? We're all going to end up where? Do you know where we're going to end up? Because it's cheaper. That's right. Cruise ships. Older people are spending the last 5, it's true, isn't it? You know this, 5 to 10 years of their life, the end of cruise ships, you know? You know, hundreds of people die on cruise ships, you know, every day. I don't think that's true. Awful, wouldn't it? Sure, the dead on the deck. Sure, on the deck. Yeah, anyway, there's a morgue on every cruise ship, you know this, you know? Hundreds of people die. They go. Do you know there's a code word that when somebody dies, anyone know this? It's, if somebody dies, the code word comes over the tannoy. You know, it's we have a floater. No, it's not that. It's Operation Rising Star, you know? When you hear that, you know somebody sadly died. They've gone to the morgue. It's only a matter of time before we have the service on the ship and they're chucked overboard, you know, to be heavenly friends with Osama bin Laden. Who's also playing devil's advocate in the sea. I think my stepdad would be heavenly friends with Osama bin Laden because they're both a little bit racist. For different reasons, of course. My stepdad hates the West and Osama bin Laden was just from a different time. That's how I want to end my career, not tonight, as some of you are thinking. Yeah? On a cruise ship, yeah, doing racist comedy. I'll be 90, everyone in the audience will be 90, no one will realise it's racist, because we'll all have dementia. Then I'll actually die in front of the audience. I've waited 70 years to be a rising star. This is my But if my stepdad had his choice, he'd be on a cruise ship, you know, rather than watching Alan Carr's picture slam. The same England game over and over again, because he likes the England men's football. which is the same game, isn't it, over and over. The women occasionally do something different, don't they? They win.
Oh, we're going to win, aren't we, next time? It's coming home, isn't it?
It's not. It's not coming home, unless you live in Buenos Aires.
Oh, it is. It's coming home.
You know, next year when we get knocked out in the second round, it's going to be 60 years of hurt, but still the football balls, you know, go on about 1966, bore you with football song lyrics, you know what I mean? There was a song out, actually. 30 years ago, 3 lines, you probably forgot now. It was 30 years of hurt at the time, 60 years of hurt. They had to pick, anyway, the 4 best things that have ever happened in England men's football, right? They struggled. Because they picked the tackle by Moore, a tackle, yeah, when Lineker scored, tapping, yeah, Bobby belting the ball to someone hoofing it, yeah, and Nobby dancing. One of the 4 best things that ever happened in England men's football is Nobby dancing. You might not know what this is, right? You don't need to know, because it didn't actually happen, right? One of the 4 best things that ever didn't actually happen, because I've reviewed the footage of the 1966 England World Cup final. This guy Nobby didn't even dance, right? He skipped. I've worked out when the hurt is going to end for the football fans, by the way. 2066, yeah, because everyone that remembers 1966 will be dead. No more years of hurt and Nobby skipping. And by the way, I'm not saying football fans are morons, quite the opposite. We're the majority. We're like, oi, oi, Trump, majority, oi, oi. You know what I mean? Stop ignoring the majority. You know, you guys, oh, we're the majority, because we're important. Stop ignoring the majority. You know what I mean? When he first started in stand-up comedy, 72 years ago, I remember this. You look at 1 or 2 people not laughing, and then obviously it's more tonight. So, you look at the 1 or 2 people not laughing, an experience. I now look at the majority, you know, of happy, smiling faces, giving me spontaneous applause breaks. Only more the majority. I'm still grumpy. I'm turning into my stepdad, you know. Not now, obviously. There's no sad bit in this show. You know? Happiness until the last minute. Get your tissues out. It's coming very soon. We're overrunning. Happiness is like a bell curve, isn't it? It's you know, you're happiest when you're 18 to 24. Woohoo! My name's Tree. You know, I've got family money. Then it dips, doesn't it, at my age? Then it peaks, doesn't it, at 90? You know what I mean? Why does it dip when you're my age? Because, you know, I have to look after my stepdad. You know, the man that I best, Zhao. You know, it's a 9-hour round trip to look after him. You know? No one's talking about carers, are they? It's just me, and leader of the Liberal Democrats. Finally we got here. Okay.
Now a party political broadcast by the Liberal Democrats.
Does anyone vote Liberal Democrats in the room? It's a dirty laugh from the third row. Votes Liberal anyone? No, surely, yeah, no one. No, you're just scratching your nose. No one. You should really consider Liberal Democrats. We're all looking for a third party, aren't we? Liberal Democrats. Ed Davey, I think, is a wonderful politician, right? He's childlike. Did you see him in the election campaign? Water skiing, bungee jumping, running around fields with poo on the end of sticks, and he's the only politician, to my eyes, that cares about carers. There's 10.1 million adult carers in the UK. That's exactly the same number that watch Alan Carr's pictures now. That's not a coincidence. If you think about it. And it's mainly women, isn't it? Women get the hardest jobs, don't they? Childbirth, winning football tournaments, and caring for their partners. You know what I mean? We've got 3 things in this life, basically. You know? And I just wanted to advocate for Ed Davey. That's right, I'm playing Davey's advocate. 3 things: making love, eating crisps, and caring for each other. Davey on voters. Okay, who votes Liberal Democrats now? Liberal Democrats, surely have turned one of you. Why is there a silence in this room? Liberal Democrats. Really, no one? What the fuck do you vote for? Present company accepted.
Party political broadcast by the Liberal Democrats.
That's a fucking waste of time. Really? I think that bit doesn't work really because it's... No, probably most of you are from abroad. It's going to stop soon, isn't it? I don't get it when they're from abroad when I do my references. You know, Liberal Democrats are. And the problem was, most of you are just young people, aren't they? You didn't get it, but that was E17 that I mentioned. It's like Tarantino film. You didn't understand. Why?
Thing's been a waste of time.
Yes, too many young people. It's the tipping point, isn't it? It's another quiz show you can watch. Anyway, you think you're more important than us, don't you, the young people? You know, the majority of you are morons. You know, that have replaced imagination with Instagram. When did we replace imagination with jiggling tits? It's at least one person's algorithm. Look up the young people, older people like me and older, you know, could be heroes, you know. Older people, you dismiss them, some of you young people. We could be World War II heroes, you know, like me. Hiding under a garden or pret-a-manger table. You know what I mean? You dismiss 90-year-olds, oh, they're racist or whatever. They could be World War II heroes like my stepdad. I mean, my stepdad wasn't. He was 10 in World War II. You know, playing devil's advocate, did fuck all. But when I was a kid, he used to go on about World War II, being a child in World War II, and to my shame, I used to ignore him. It's ridiculous, isn't it? That was 40 years in the past. That's like me going through World War II in 1985. Do you think if I'd gone through World War II in 1985, I'd be talking about anything else in this show? I went through a world war! In 1985, the whole of the world was at war, apart from Africa, but everyone there was starving to death. The young people, you know, it's just like, oh, because we're on Instagram, we're important, you know what I mean? Do you know how many people are on Instagram in this country? 48%. That's right, you're never going to win anything with 48%. The minority. Don't ignore the majority. That's my point. Who's with me? The majority. Not on Instagram. I am on Instagram. I'm the Nathan Cassidy. Let's make it very clear I am. Nathan Cassidy. It's quite arrogant, isn't it? Pretend you're important for long enough, though, you may just become leader of the free world. But we feel less important, don't we, as we get older? Why is that? Why is that? I think it's because the majority of things are skewed towards the young people. Again, nothing against you fucking morons, but... It's a joke, guys. I'll raise my hand on a joke. Nothing against you morons, but you don't understand there's genius happening in front of you. You don't understand that, you know, every word of this show has been important and contributes to tears in the final minutes. You know, you can't miss a single thing. Every joke has been crafted. Do you know how good I am? Do you know how good I am at comedy, the young people? You can hear a pin drop in this room. Every joke is written. You know, every joke could win the 106.9 FM joke of the Fringe. Won't be that next year, of course. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Every joke, you know, young people, you don't know the difference between I don't know, Danny Dyer and air fryers. No, it's not. Sorry, you young people, you don't know the difference between calamari and origami. They may know that, yeah. I don't care about the young people, yeah. 18 to 24 in the room, you're 8% of society. You're the minority. And people my age, we don't care about minorities. Yeah. Here's that bit of the show, guys. That's how we paint it, isn't it? You know, the older people, you know, that's how we dismiss. We don't care about it, you know. If you're 65 and older in the room, which is none of you, yeah, 60% of you voted for Brexit. You know, a growing number are voting for reform. All around the world this is happening. Why is that? Why are we all voting, particularly older people? Why are we voting in this way? Does anyone have any ideas? I'll kick it off. I think, plain devil's advocate, of course, that older people just want the world back to how it was when they were kids. Is that so wrong? You know, I'd go back to being a child in an instant. Why? Do I miss the masturbating shit? I miss... You know what I miss? I miss imagination. When did we replace imagination with Instagram? In 1985, if someone was fucked in a prison, we'd have had to imagine it. It was so much better. You know, maybe the older people just want the world back to how it was when they were kids, you know? With good old British tea. Good old British turmeric. And good old British kebabs. We see the world getting worse and worse every day. And we all think, what's the alternative? Well, now we know, guys. The Liberal Democrats. It's not the end of the world, guys. And instead of saying it's not the end of the world, my stepdad could have easily just said, keep swimming. Because that's all we can do in this cruel world. Keep swimming, yeah? You can't take it with you when you go.
Have as much fun as possible. The world is cruel. Keep swimming.
But here's the real secret of happiness that I'll leave you with here tonight, right? We tend to look at life with backstory as a series of videos with fear and regret and memories. Shed that backstory and instead look at life as a series of pictures. That's what 3-year-olds do. They go, Eiffel Tower! Oh! Cow! Oh! Look at life with a child's eyes and it may become bearable, even beautiful. Life is full of pictures, isn't it? More pictures than an estate agent's window. Anyway, who's ready to play Alan Carr's Picture Slam?
Hello and welcome to Picture Slam, the show with more pictures than an estate agent's window. It's a lot of money, but to get their hands on it, they'll need to know their origami from their calamari from their air fryer. Let's see who's playing tonight.
Hi, I'm Maz and this is Trey, and we're besties from Bristol.
Hi, I'm Lucy and this is Stephen.
Hi, we're siblings, originally from Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Jane, this is Curtis.
We're a married couple from Manchester.
Hi, I'm Maz and this is Trey, and this is Trey, and we're besties from Bristol. This is Trey, and this is Trey. We're besties from Bristol.
Hello and welcome to Picture Slam.
Who's ready to play? Alright, keep your eyes on the screen, guys. Let's all play Picture Slam. Here's the first picture, guys. Keep your eyes on the screen for the rest of the show. Don't look at me. I know it's hard, particularly you there in the second row. Here we go, guys. What's this picture?
Come with me.
It's the Eiffel Tower.
You'll be in a world of imagination.
Keep looking at the screen. Genuinely, you will see the Eiffel Tower. Can anyone see the Eiffel Tower, genuinely? Keep staring. Okay, one little lot from the third row. The rest of you work harder. No, it's the Blackpool Tower. Well, you can't see it though, can you? Because it's covered by rain and hookers. No, it's two Weetabix. Stare at the screen. No, it's Linda D'Souza Brewer being fucked in a prison. Stare at the screen, you'll be able to see her being fucked in a prison. Can anyone see it, genuinely? Yes, you can in the second row. What position do you see her? From behind, we all did. We all did, it's the same. Imagination, you see. The one thing we're told to grow out of. As adults. he dancing? You fucking liars. He didn't dance, did he? He skipped. But I'll tell you who did dance. My stepdad, in 1966, watching England win the World Cup final. If you're going to remember anything from this life, remember the dance. But there is one final picture I need to show you tonight. And I've saved it for the final minute of the show. Because it's the sad bit. And who needs sad bits in a comedy show? Not until the last minute, anyway. The one picture I didn't show you was of a person that wasn't seen here tonight, but was there in every scene.
If you want to see Magic Land,
These people are never seen. These people do it without applause, without recognition. I'm talking, of course, about the carer, my mom. My stepdad has a 0-second memory. He's got vascular dementia. That's right, my mom has found Dory. And let me tell you, it's not nearly as much fun as Pixar will suggest. But you know what my mom does? She puts on the same England football match for him every day. The 1966 England World Cup final. And he watches it as if it's for the first time. So that's why he's happy, of course. Because he thinks England are winning the World Cup final every day. And my mom sits next to him, pretending it's also the first time for her. And as my mom places a hand on my stepdad's knee, I can finally answer my kid's question. That is love. And as you're watching the next comedian in 30 minutes time, and you're not getting the laughs, you think, look at them in the eye and think, oh, as Nathan's stepdad said for his entire life. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Thank you very much. Hang on. I can't leave you like that. Thank you very much. I can't leave you like that. I can't actually leave you like that. Who wants to just in the last minute of the show play Alan Carr's Picture Slam for real? Who wants to play it for real? Okay, here we go, guys. Keep that round of applause going. All right, here we go. Alright, what's this picture? It's the Eiffel Tower. What's this one? Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Alright. What's this one? What's that? It's the Blackpool Tower. You can't see it, can you? It's covered by rain and hookers. Alright, what's this one, guys? What's that? It's a cow. Oh, it's a tractor. What's this one? Oh, it's Tony from East 17. He's put on a massive amount of weight, hasn't he? Who's that? It's Linda de Souza. Bro, you were right in the second row from behind. Of course he was from behind. Who's that? It's Fergie, the Manchester United manager. What's that? That's genuinely Stonehenge. Don't go with it. It's like shortbread. What's that? What's that picture? It's not. Don't be rude in the front row. Well, it said Davey. It said Dave's Ellen DeGeneres bullying people, of course. What's that? I don't know what that's airplay. I don't know why that's happened. Okay, what's that? Okay, that bit. Oh no, there we go. There we go, guys. Look, it's Nobby. It's Nobby. He's skipping anyway. That was the point of that. That doesn't work. It's an old. He's skipping. Who's that? It's Dory, isn't it? It's to keep the atmosphere going. It's £10,000 jack. It's Ed Davey. It's Ed Davey. It's Ed Davey. It's Tony from E17. People are just filing out now. Remember, there he is before. There he is after. Okay. There's people in North Korea being happier than some of us in this room. There's a Pixar film. I really do recommend that one. Now, I hate to bring the mood down at the end of the gig, but the majority of people were laughing, but that guy in the second row, he just was looking grumpy. Then look at him. I couldn't take my eyes off. Do you remember that bit? Where I took a photo? Do you remember that bit where I took a photo of the grumpy people in the room? Do you remember that? He wasn't the only one. That guy that was flirting with me the whole show. Look at the guy in front of you, he had to look down. It was getting so dirty, wasn't it? Oh, what type of flirt? These two were just chatting. You're in the front row and filming it. Couldn't take the fucking eyes off you. All the way through, I had to take a picture. Look at it. Look at that face. It's like, what's going on? There's the two tramps fucking. There's another Pixar film. And that is what the whole show is actually about. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you very much. You've been a fantastic crowd. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Lots of love. This really means a lot. You all came. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Thank you very much.